Hello, Internet. Question and answer time. Let's get going. Not a lot of questions to answer, but they are really good ones. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I don't know. It might be my longest video yet. We'll see. The first one was actually sent to me via a private message, and it asked, what is my real name? My real name is Daniel. Hi. DC is my first two initials, my first name and middle name. I'm not giving up my last name, not yet, anyway. Another question, what kind of music do you listen to? Any preferred genres or favorite bands and artists? Oh boy, how much time you got? I said in a previous video with my father that he actually encouraged me to listen to as many different types of music as possible, so I just grew up with a very eclectic taste. Name a genre and I probably like something from it. That's not to say that I like everything from that genre. I'm actually pretty picky about what I like and what I don't like, but my spectrum is pretty broad. I tend to gravitate towards metal the most. Marilyn Manson, Korn, Rammstein, OTEP is a big one. I've mentioned OTEP several times on this channel. The tattoo text under my port is lyrics from one of OTEP's songs. My favorite song, Ghost Flowers. It's screaming metal. If you don't like that, well, then you're not going to enjoy it, but it's definitely my thing. And then some softer stuff. Flyleaf is good. Evanescence, don't judge me. Rage Against the Machine is awesome. System of a Down. And then, you know, veering away from that, I like a lot of Eminem, Gorillaz, Daft Punk, Digital Daggers, Bjork. Oh my god. I love Bjork. I had a huge crush on her back in the 90s, and I still kind of do. The woman is amazing. I mean, she's got like the Midas touch for music, except everything she touches turns to art. Voltaire, Steam Powered Giraffe. I like a lot of older stuff. Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Ray Charles. I do like Elvis. I'm not a huge fan, but I do like a lot of his stuff. I like the Beatles. Jimi Hendrix. I like a lot of blues. Caro Emerald. Devil Doll. I love her. She's amazing. Imelda May. She's rockabilly, which I do like. The Diddy Bops. The Pierces. I like them a lot. Oh, Tom Waits. Oh my god, I fucking love Tom Waits. I could just go on and on. I mean, music is a big part of my life, and I love all of it. I love learning new stuff. I've mentioned in the past that I love opera. La Boheme, Turandot, The Magic Flute. I don't know, just whatever strikes my fancy, and I'm always open to discovering new stuff. Let's see, another question. Many people have started a bucket list, and I would love to know what yours list contains. I have two lists. One is the socially appropriate one, and one is a bit more private. I think I'm going to keep the private one private. The more socially appropriate one is things like there's places that I want to go. I would love to visit Japan. I've always had an interest in Japanese history and culture. And yes, I do like anime, but I'm not like crazy about anime. There's a few that I like, and most of it I don't really pay attention to. I would love to visit Machu Picchu, just because I find the place fascinating. This entire city built on top of a mountain. The irrigation system, way advanced for the people of the time. Europe, which I think is definitely going to happen in the spring. I think I mentioned this in the past. My dad has said that he wants to take me on a train tour of Europe. So that's coming up, and I look forward to that. And then there's people that I would like to meet. Celebrities like Patrick Stewart, Marilyn Manson. I would like to meet OTEP, show her my tattoo. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, Stephen Hawking. Favorite food? I tend to lean towards pasta or Mexican, anything spicy. I like spicy foods. I like a lot of Japanese food. Sushi, definitely really good. I don't know if I have like a specific favorite. The stuff I tend to avoid, things like, I don't like asparagus, I don't like okra, things like that. I do love broccoli, surprisingly. I hated it when I was a kid, and then somewhere along the lines, it just became something I really enjoyed. I'll eat broccoli like a snack food. I'll steam up a bag and cover it with butter and garlic powder. Oh, so good. If you could go to one country in the world outside of America, where and why? I already mentioned Japan is a big one for me. But I really would love to see anywhere, really. I mean, India, Australia, Brazil, Egypt, you know, the usuals. Have you ever had a true love? Whew. That's going to have to be a separate video, I'm afraid. There's a whole story, and I really don't feel up to getting into it now. Where do we go when we die? I don't fucking know. I wish I did, but I don't. I know what I would like to happen. I would like to become a disembodied spirit, untethered by time or space, able to travel the universe and see everything at every time, and then just spend eternity exploring that. Go back in time and see what life really was like hundreds of years ago, for every culture across the globe. See the beginning of mankind. Watch us evolve into what we are today. Go into the future, the distant future. See where we go as a species. And then take off and go see other planets, other star systems. See what else is out there. See if there is life on other planets and what they've been up to. See a black hole up close. Because the gravitational forces can't hurt me, so why not? And watch a supernova happen. Front row seat. Travel to the distant future and watch it all fall apart. Travel to the beginning of time and watch it all begin. Maybe even throw in the ability to visit alternate universes. See what my life would have been like had I been born in a different country, or as a different race, or a different sex. Find out what my life would have been like had I made any number of different choices. I think that would be really interesting. I always thought that the idea of heaven and hell were just so extreme. A place of limitless pleasure and, you know, a perfect paradise where you're happy forever. But the implication by most religions is that not everyone is going to make it into heaven. And let's say you do, but a loved one doesn't. Can you truly be happy forever knowing that they're not there, experiencing it with you? That they may in fact be suffering in hell instead? I've actually had the idea that it would be interesting if hell was a place everyone went. Everyone. Regardless of what you've done in life, you go to hell. And then burn off whatever bad exists inside of you. And when you come through, whatever's left over is what goes to heaven. So if you've led a really good life, you haven't been particularly evil to anyone, you've not really done anything wrong, then you just sort of pass through a wall of flame and it hurts for a little while and then you're fine and you go to heaven. If you've been really bad, you burn a lot and it hurts and you suffer, and then eventually what's left over goes to heaven. Babies and children get a pass. They get the equivalent of being walked through a warm room, and then they're in heaven. If I were God, I would do it that way. And I guess that's about it. I didn't really get any other questions, and I can't think of anything that I'm in a hurry to share. I mean, there is one thing, but it's on my private bucket list. So I can't really talk about it, but it is something that I've always wanted to try, and a friend of mine is going to help me try it. And maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't. But I've always wanted to do it, so I'm going to give it a shot, just to see what it's like. I may only have a handful of years left, so I may as well experience as much of life as I possibly can before I go. And in many ways, I feel kind of blessed, because I have this much advance warning that I can prepare my life for that. And while I would prefer to get many more decades out of life, I'll do what I can for as long as I can until I'm done. Alright, that's it for now then. Maybe I'll do another one of these again if more people have questions. You can PM them to me if you want, and maybe I'll make another video. We'll see. Until next time, folks. Peace.